Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine and welcome to day 6 of 31 days of crafting in October. Today's project I've stolen from Pootles of pootles.co.uk. Pootles is Sam Hammond. She's #1 Stampin Up demonstrator, very prolific crafter, very generous in her videos, uploads regularly. And yes, I saw her do this. She did a little gift card holder. And let's face it, you know, when our kids get older and our relatives, that our children get older, they want money, don't they? Or a gift card. And it's finding interesting ways to present them. But she did this little card, which opened out like this. And I thought, oh, that's got potential. And we're going to do a variety of them. I'm hoping it's going to be quick after yesterday's mammoth project. Well done if you watched all of that. I don't suppose you did. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you also when I'm trying something for the first time new, instead of wasting card, I use paper, copy of paper normally, but I've got quite a lot of this brown paper, which would be quite nice for making envelopes actually. So yeah, I give it a go using that so I don't waste the expensive stuff. So a little top tip for you there. If you're thinking of making these for craft fairs, this would be a very quick and simple project to make. I've made a couple already and I've knocked them up in a matter of minutes really, but also you will get 3 of these out of a sheet of A4. So standard UK A4, which is just under 30 centimetres, and you want to cut it at 7 centimetres on the short side, and standard UK A4 paper is 21 centimetres. So you will get 3 of these out of a sheet of A4. And then what you want to do is bring in your scoreboard, and you want to score at 10 and 20. Dead easy. So this end part here isn't quite 10 centimetres. You can see it's shy of the 30 centimetre mark there. This is the bit that you're going to work on next, and we're going to cut away part of the piece, and I'm just going to bring in my other trimmer. Now I do like this paper trimmer from Fiskars. It does fold out to the full 12 inches or more. I need to get a new cutting blade. It's got a track and you can score as well. So when you're doing your odd measurements like 3/8 of an inch or, you know, whatever, this is very handy for that. But I do need to get a new cutting blade. But I've discovered that if I cut downwards, I'm getting a cleaner cut than if I cut upwards. So we will persevere. So what I want to do is cut away part of this piece here, and hopefully you can see, let's see if I can get you better in shot. You can see the guide wire, which is the cutting wire. Hopefully you can see that. And it means that I can line up my diagonal, so the corner tip of my piece with the diagonal. You are getting a bit of glare. Let's just see if I've moved that a little bit, whether that's any better. Not a lot. So as best as I can, I'm going to cut this now, just taking care to line up and cut. And I didn't do it quite flush, but that doesn't really matter because it just means we'll have a little border. Move that out of the way, and I'm going to fold this bit up to form my little pocket, and fold this bit down to form the top of my wallet. Okay, so we've got like that and like that. So Sam's project was horizontal, but we're going to do a landscape one just to mix things up a bit. And I'm just going to put a thin bead of glue along the bottom of that flap and just burnish with my bone folder. Now for my matten layers, on the front I've cut a piece of holographic cardstock because I like the holographic, it picks up any colour of your background, and I've cut that to 9 by 6, so we've just simply got a 1 centimetre border all the way round, and I'm just going to use a little bit of collal to stick that down. And I've just lost the top of my glue thing on the floor. Never mind. I'm trying to do this really quick for you because I am aware that yesterday's project was a bit of a beast. Now this holographic card isn't the cleanest, there's a bit of glue on there from another project, but we're using up our scraps and we're being mindful that we're wanting to create projects that are what's the word I'm looking for, economical. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah. Oh, somebody at the door, wouldn't you know it? I'm trying to do things quickly. Hold on. There was a huge gust of wind when I opened the door there. It was amazing. Can you see the colours on that holographic card? And I have actually just taken the opportunity to use a tiny bit of IPA on some kitchen roll to clean that glue smudge up, and it's come up a real treat. So we're just going to move that out of the way for a minute, and then I've got a piece of card for my layer which is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to do a little bit of inking on this. So I've got 3 colours of distress ink. I'm going to try and recreate a night sky of some description. So coming in with, this is Salty Ocean. I'm just going to blend that on my mat a little bit first. Come in down the bottom, pick up more ink off my mat. I'll come up a little bit so you can see now that I've picked up some of the colour, and just come in again. And these are the blending brushes that the lovely Mrs. P's Not So Secret Diary gifted me. I just want a little bit more of the Salty Ocean, so I'm coming up about like that. That's a brand new brush. Now this one I've used the Seedless Preserves on already, and I think I've used the Chipped Sapphire as well, so I don't mind if we get different colours on this. So I'm going to come in and just try and blend those colours out. And then I'm going to come in with Chipped Sapphire on the top. And just blend. I'm going to blend around the edge as well, just to try and bring all of those colours in together. And I am really not the best at blending at all, but these brushes are very forgiving. And I've just got a little tiny bit of blue at the top there, which is kind of what I was aiming for. Filthy fingers. Just move these out of the way, and I've got a bit of scrap card because we don't want to waste what's on our mat here. So where's my water spray gone? There it is. I'm just going to spray the edge of my mat here and just pick up this colour because we don't want it to go to waste. And I'm sorry it's off camera. The sun's come out to join us again. It's a funny old afternoon. I'm just picking up that ink because we don't want to waste it, and I can do something with that later on. Just bring in my kitchen roll to clean my work surface, and I'm going to just lightly spray and then do a bit of water drippage on there to get that faux bleached effect. And leave it for a little bit. The longer you leave it, the better the effect will be, the more of the colour will come out. Don't need my blending brushes anymore. Oh, do I? Yes, I do actually. Yes. I've just put my inks away as well. I am a nana. what I'm going to do, I've got another piece for the inside that is 9 by 6, and I'm going to cut that on the diagonal like we did the other one, the other portion of our card. This is going to be for the inside of the wallet. You don't have to be as detailed as this. I'm just going to bring in, so that's going to layer on here like that and give me a little border all the way round. So this is the side that I want to ink. Just move that out of the way, and just going to come in with what's left on my brush before I pick up any extra ink. And I might want this a bit paler for the inside anyway. And yes, in fact, actually, I think I am going to leave that at that. And I'm not going to do the water, the faux bleaching on this. Okay, let's get these brushes out of the way. I don't need my water bottle anymore. I do like to try and tidy up as I go along, because I find myself working in a really small space. Is anybody else like that? Okay, there we go. There's my little background for the front of my card. I'm just going to heat it with my heat gun so that I can ink on top. Now, after I've gone to the bother of inking this, I don't want to mess things up. So I am going to bring in my trusty stamp platform. And just place this in the corner like so, because I want the lighter blue at the top. And I'm going to bring in one of these stag images that was free with issue 100 of Creative Stamping magazine. And I think I'm going to use this one here. Haven't used this one yet. And we're just going to place it, let's move the magnets out of the way, place it fairly centrally, like so. I like that with the antlers up in the blue section, pale blue section, or paler blue section, and one little magnet should hopefully hold everything in place. Let's try and move up a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So there you can see I've got my stag in stamp platform that is stuck down. Now I'm going to ink with my VersaFine Clair. Now we're going to potentially have a couple of issues with this because these are gel or silicone rather than photopolymer. And if I bring this in this way, you can see that the ink is not showing up very well on the stamp at all. And I am going to need to probably do 2 or maybe even 3 goes with this. So just bring it down, and I'm going to stand up to apply a bit of pressure. Just let that ink sit. Actually, that's not a bad impression, but I'm going to just do another inking. I'll just pause you while I do that. So I've just gone ahead off camera and matte and layered this onto the holographic card, and I think that looks rather nice. And I've just grounded the stag with a little bit more chipped sapphire and some torn paper. I think that's really nice. I think that'd be nice for a mail gift card as well. And then inside I've just stamped the holly sprig that came with that set, and put the gift card inside. Well, it's my NAS my NAS membership card, but just to show you that, you know, a gift card would fit in, and just to show you that you can do it landscape as well as portrait. And I would put a piece of white card on here so that you could write your message. Hold on, the cat's meowing. I'll tell you, this video is doomed. She was meowing to come in, and then she's been meowing to be let out. I don't know, she doesn't know what she wants. Anyway, just to show you that you can make an envelope to go with these. And again, I'm using up what I've got. This is an old Debbie Moore magazine, and I'm just looking for some paper. It's a glossy paper, which I'm not a huge fan of, but let's have a look and see if we can find one that will go with our stag. If I can't, I might sacrifice something else. Oh, I don't like any of these colours that go with this, really. And I don't want cutesy with it. I guess the closest would be that. Now I'm going to go and find another piece of paper. It's not Christmas paper, but it is purple. And it goes nicely with this. And it's paler on this side. And it's, you know, it's not Christmassy, but it's not non-Christmassy either. So I've used the envelope punch board calculator that is just put envelope punch board into Google, and you will come up with a calculator for any design size rather, and you can do metric or imperial, and different thicknesses, so one layer of card, thick card, or a box envelope. And I always go for the one layer of card, unless I specifically need a box envelope. And for 10 by 7 it tells me I need 15.02, so I'm just going a smidge over the 15 centimetre line. Literally, you can't see because I'm off camera, but a smidge, and just cutting that away. And obviously you want it to be square. Let's see if I can just show you what I mean by a smidge. So I've got this thick line, which is the 15 centimetre line, and I'm literally just going to go the other side of it, which is kind of like 0.02 of a centimetre, and cut that away. Don't need that at the moment. And then come in with my envelope punch board. I want my dark paper on the outside, so I'm going to score on this side, and it tells me that I need to score at 6.45 centimetres. So I'm going to find 6.5, which is easy enough, and then just go between the 4mm and the 5mm mark, which is roughly half an inch, 2.5 inches, and then just punch and score. And once you've got your first score line, you just line the notch up and punch and score. And with this kind of paper, you don't want to score too aggressively because you will crack it and split it. And yeah, I'm just using up what I've got. I'm not a fan of this glossy paper. I don't know what possessed me to buy it. It must have come as part of a deal. Excuse me. Oh, I've got a real tickle now. And then I'm just going to fold and burnish and adhere. You don't need to see me do that. So there is my little envelope. I've just put a little bit of tape so that when I give it to somebody, I can just tape that down. And there is my little gift card holder. I've put the white paper on to write my message, and there is my gift card. Now, we created our background and we stamped, which was time consuming. You might want to go down a different route, and I'll just show you this very quickly. I hope it'll be quick anyway. Hunky Dory are very good at doing these kinds of background card. I think this is 320 GSM as well, so it's very sturdy, and I thought this would just be nice as it is. So I'm going to cut this at 7 centimeters and score it and cut the little bit away that I showed you, and I'll come back to you at that stage. I thought we'd see how quickly we could do it together. So I've cut it at 7 and I'm going to score at 10 and 20. Now this might be where we get a problem and our direction might be wonky, but it doesn't really matter because it's what's on the outside that counts. Let me just move that out of the way. Drivel, drivel, drivel. Bring in my paper trimmer so I can line up my bit that I want. This is my shorter bit, is it? Let me just measure actually. That's score line. Yes, that's my short bit. So if this is going to come up like this, I want to cut it that way. So let's get my blade up near the top, line this up, and I made a mistake on the other one, or didn't do it accurately because it was hard to see on the black. But this should be easier. Hold on, no, hold on, yeah, because I want it. Yeah, that's right. There we go. And all we're simply going to do is fold and burnish. Add a bead of glue, fold that back over, just go in, burnish that down so that it adheres, and in a minute and a half, 2 minutes tops, we've got another gift card holder. You could put a sentiment on the bottom there if you wanted to, but I think that's quite cute as it is. And you've got the image front and back and it continues round, dead easy. Just to give you a couple of other ideas, here's one I've made the envelope for with snowmen out of the Debbie Moore book that I showed you. And again, the same idea, using a whole piece of hunky dory, or 7 centimetres. So this was just a background. I could get 3 of those, just stamped. So much fun. I don't know whether you can see, but that white card actually has got a little bit of sheen and shimmer to it, backed onto a bit of my favourite sparkle card. I do like a bit of sparkle at Christmas. So that goes in there. Then another landscape one, and again I've just used some paper out of the Debbie Moore book, and it's like that inside. But can you see what I mean about the aggressive scoring and the cracking you get? You need to be very careful that that doesn't break. And I love white on craft card. So we've got a portrait one and sending you hugs inside there. So a quick project today, although I did manage to blether a lot, as the Scottish like to say. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let's see what we shall make tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye now.